Ontario's government spent almost $200,000 on costs related to the purchase of a private jet last month. They don't even have a plane to show for this. Premier Doug Ford reversed the purchase within days after there was public backlash. CBC's Tricia Kindleman has been looking into the receipts, and she joins me now from Toronto. Tricia, remind us what happened with this plane purchase.
Well, that's right, Sarah. A lot of chatter around this whole incident just last month when it was learned that the Ontario government had purchased a 2016 Bombardier Challenger 650 jet. Now, within days, Ford ended up announcing plans to sell that jet back to the company which they bought it from, after that news had triggered a serious public backlash against the Premier. Now, the Premier's office had initially said that the plane was needed due to the extensive travel that the Premier does around the province, which is twice the size of Texas. So a lot of ground to cover. So that was part of the reasoning that they thought that this purchase was a good idea at the time. So now at the time of this purchase, again, just last month or so, a government source had told CBC News that this had been worked on for several months and that they were hoping to have it in operation by July, hoping that it would be in the air for the summer months. Now, opposition leaders, we should note, were quick to slam the expenditure, giving it nicknames like the Gravy Plane and Air Ford One. They talked about the high cost of living as well that many people are navigating around Ontario, across Canada, and around the world, saying that this purchase made the Ford government seem just a little bit out of touch. Now, Marit Stiles, the NDP leader, similarly said that the timing seemed like a bit of a coincidence because there had also been some chatter around the downtown airport here in Toronto, Billy Bishop Airport. They were looking at expanding its capability of handling larger aircrafts, but the province had maintained that the Premier's jet, if it had come to fruition at least, would have been flying out of Pearson Airport. But in the end, as we know, Sarah, the Ford government did have to return that jet.
And Tricia, what do the documents show?
Well, that's just it. We're getting a sort of clearer picture of how much that jet actually cost and how much the province has sort of been left holding after that purchase and then return of it. So now the Ontario government documents have shown that the subsequent sale of that $28.9 million jet, they say that it shows the province incurred nearly $200,000 before taxes and aviation-related costs, and that's outside of the purchase and sale. So right down to sort of having to consult and look at this option for this plane, there was that $200,000 expenditure, and that included $140,000 in aircraft management services like maintenance, storage, and servicing, as well as more than $30,000 in outside legal counsel. Now, a briefing note also says that the purchase was made from Bombardier on April 15th, and that the manufacturer accepted that plane back as of April 27th. So still, there has been a lot of backlash still sort of in the ether, if you will, towards the Ford government for this purchase. These receipts coming out could stoke those flames a little bit. We haven't heard a ton of reaction from the public yet at this point, so this will likely continue to be sort of one of those things leading up to a looming election here in Ontario that Doug Ford may have to battle for a while still to come, Sarah.
Tricia Kindleman in Toronto, thank you.
Thank you.